How business owners choose a product to sell in sales funnels. Hey guys, my name is Mark Douglas and I'm the guy behind The Mental Marketer and the Facebook group Funnel Building 101. Now, if you're asking that question, you probably have a ton of ideas running through your head on what you could sell. Now, I'm excited to share with you how I choose just the right products to sell online. What I'm going to show you in this video is my 4-step decision-making progress that you can use to decide what product to sell. This 4-step process helps me to determine what would be great for me to sell and what would be terrible for me to sell. So we'll look at the 3 different models that most people are using right now to sell online and make a ton of money. Now, there are huge differences between these 3 models, and I'll break down those differences so you know the best options available to you. And it doesn't matter whether you have a bunch of experience or not. Anyone can pretty much pull these off. And you'll also discover my all-time favorite model and why I choose this one model every single time. So without further delay, let's get started. If you're new to my channel, make sure to like and subscribe to continue receiving great reviews. I want to start off with, how do we choose a product from the eyes of an entrepreneur and marketer? There's an endless amount of things that you can sell that will be cool, but the first question doesn't need to be whether it's cool or not, but will it sell? Now, we won't get into that too deep in this video. I'll be sure to link to another video where I go in depth about how to guarantee that your product or idea will actually sell once you take it to the market. In this video, we'll talk about my process of elimination to decide what type of product to sell. Now, when we look at how people are making money online, typically we see 3 different models that are the fastest. And they are the info products, the e-commerce products, and an agency model. Now, these are the 3 models that you see people making money typically the fastest online right now. Now, there are some huge differences between these 3 models. I'll go ahead and tell you right now who I give the gold medal to. But that is, without a question, info products. And I'll talk about why as we go through the 4-step process. Now, the 4-step process is a business model rating system, and I rate each of these 3 models in 4 different categories. Now, these categories are the time it takes to get a finished product ready to go to the market. So how much time does it actually take to source the product, put it together, and have it ready to sell? Some things require no prep time and other things require a lot of prep time, like research, development, and sourcing. Secondly, how long does it take to sell? Once you have a finished product that's ready to go, how long from a person being interested in them to making a purchase decision? The buyer's journey can be short, but in some cases, like with high ticket purchases, the journey from being interested to pulling out the credit card and making a purchase can be longer. Now, third is, how long does it take to fulfill? So once you've done all the heavy lifting of selling and money has been transferred and exchanged, how fast and easy is the delivery of what they've bought? Lastly, I want to look at what are the typical project margins of those products. How much will we actually sell the product for, and how much of that sale price will we actually see that's profit? Now, these are not hard and fast rules. I'm just talking in general about each of these models and each of these categories. Now, I rank each of these models from 1 to 5 in each category, with 1 being the worst and 5 being the best, like a 5-star rating. So let's give each one a score in the first category, the time it takes to get a finished and ready product. Info products. Oh, just 1 second, let me check this message. I hear that you're doing a video about info products. Do you mind if I help you out with it? Randy. Okay, sure. Okay, so before we start with rating the business models, my star student Randy wants to give you a quick message about info products. So Randy, take it away. Hey guys, it's Randy, and I just got out of a business meeting when I found out that Mark would be talking to you about info products. I hope you don't mind that I asked them if I could come on and give my 2 cents about info products. I promise I'll be real quick. Now, if the thought of info products confuses you or intimidates you, I'm here to clear up that confusion and show you how easy it is to create an info product. Now, to clear up any confusion about what an info product is, info products are nothing more than a compilation of information that's already available that has been put into an organized and unique way. One big example of info products are educational courses. The information you receive in educational courses is readily available by doing a search online. But what brings value and the reason people pay for educational courses is because that information has been compiled and put into an easy to follow, organized, step-by-step way to help someone get a result that they desire. So what you're paying for when you pay for information products is that compilation and organization of the information. Now, if creating an info product intimidates you, I'm here to remove any fears you might have with a simple 3-step process for creating an info product. And that simple 3-step process is to learn it, do it, and then teach it. So for example, Mark, he studied and learned a lot from multiple different highly successful Facebook group owners, how to start and grow and monetize a Facebook group. Taking what he learned, he applied it and went on to grow his Facebook group dramatically over a short amount of time and quickly monetized his group. After he learned and did it himself, he decided to share that knowledge with others. The knowledge he shared in the PDF, 10 Steps to Start and Grow a Highly Engaged Facebook Group Organically, is a compilation of everything he learned, plus his unique perspectives, experiences, takeaways, and additional strategies that he found effective. Now, that PDF has been downloaded hundreds of times and has helped countless others do the same. And that is how you can easily create an info product. You don't have to reinvent the wheel or create something out of thin air. Just take what's already out there, increase your knowledge, get hands-on experience, and find creative ways to update that information with new and original facts. Plus, don't forget to give it a sexy title. When you do that, you've got yourself a winning information product. If you need more resources to get your info product out to the world, look somewhere around this video and you'll find a link to get more information. Now, I better get out of here before Mark finds out I told you this. He doesn't like me talking too much, so take care, guys. Bye. Thanks so much for helping us out, Randy. I couldn't have done it without you. Oh, man. So let's get back to the scoring. Now we're giving each model a score from 1 to 5, with 5 being the best. We'll start with the time to market. Now, I'm going to say that because it's information and information is readily available from various different sources, I'll give it a 4. It's fairly easy, but can take a little time to compile. It's just a matter of you researching and compiling information and tapping into what people are already looking and searching for. Now for e-commerce, when we think of e-commerce, let's refer to an infographic that I'll show here on the screen with the 3 major ways people are making a lot of money in the e-commerce space. That's Amazon FBA, drop shipping, and t-shirt or print on demand. Now the infographic shows some of the hurdles that you'll encounter when you sell in the e-commerce space. So for Amazon FBA, when we look at the time to market, we see that there's oversaturated product niches. In drop shipping, you'll be selling generic products that are also being sold to your competitors. If you're going to print on demand, it can be costly and time consuming to test different designs that will actually work. So the time it takes to either get a winning product with a lot of testing or to look through millions of items for sale to get a product that everyone else isn't selling can be very time consuming. So I'll put e-commerce at a 3 at best. Now for an agency, to put together an agency, you have two choices. You can do all the marketing, selling, client onboarding, and delivering yourself, in which case it can make it very difficult to scale, or you'll need to assemble a team. If you do all the marketing and selling yourself, there's a learning curve to learn and be proficient doing all of those tasks. And that can take time to be proficient. So if you assemble a team, you'll need to have access to proven experts. And if you don't have the network, this could take time. So I'll put that at a 2. And next, we'll look at the time it takes to sell. Now, how long does it take to sell someone in the information space? Because you'll have a mix of price points from low ticket to high ticket, sales will usually happen pretty quickly. I mean, entry prices can be as low as $7 in some cases, so I'll put it as a 4. Also, put a 4 for e-com, because unless you're in the high ticket e-com space, it doesn't take that long for someone to buy a $50 to $100 product. For higher ticket items, it can take longer, but we'll give it a 4. Now, the time it takes to sell for an agency, which is still a great model, but the time is usually longer. I won't say it's terribly long, but definitely longer than info, and it's definitely longer than it takes to sell someone in e-commerce. So we'll give it a 2. Now, next is the time to fulfill. This is where information product really takes the cake. Now, if you hand me $1, what is the time and effort it takes for me to fulfill on a physical product? Well, let me get the product. Let me grab a box. Let me put the product in the box. Let me address the package, weigh the package, take it to the post office, etc. The process has to happen with all physical products, whether you're doing the packing and shipping yourself or whether they're being drop shipped. And some drop shipping times can be especially long when using overseas vendors, causing you headaches and negative feedback from customers. The point is that it takes a lot of time to fulfill on physical products. And this is where something like digital takes the cake. Because what does it take to fulfill on something digital? Nothing. It takes an email with an access link usually. So this is the thing that makes info products really outstanding. It makes it easy to sell an unlimited amount. And with physical products, you're limited with the inventory either you have on hand or your supplier has on hand. Info products really take the cake with fulfillment over agency, because with info products, once the transaction happens, the sale is over. Now in an agency model, once the transaction happens, the sale starts. There's still a ton of fulfillment that has to happen. It's one of the major disadvantages of something like an agency. It's not a bad choice because it can be very lucrative, but info wins when it comes to fulfillment. So I'm going to say in the time to fulfill, we'll give info a 4, we'll give e-com a 2, and with an agency, it's going to be a 1. Now, let's look at the typical profit margins. It's not uncommon to have profit margins of 92% or more on info product sales, with the only cost involved being the product creation and ads. And that's if you run ads, but that's it. So I'll put it as a 4. Now, what's the profit margin on physical products? Let's look at the infographic again, because there are multiple charges associated with e-commerce. Excessive FBA fees on top of monthly account subscription, hidden and expensive startup costs, competitive pricing wars reducing your products, highly competitive and super saturated market. So there's a lot of costs involved with physical products, and each of these costs will eat into your actual profit. You'll be amongst the elite if you're making a 40% profit margin. So we'll give it a 3. Then with the agency model, there's so many people in the agency model that your expenses can mount quickly. There's systems that are needed to service the clients. Everyone gets a percentage, so there are a lot of hands grabbing at that profit when you fulfill. Now, it's a great model, but in terms of profitability, it's not that awesome. So I'll put it as a 3. Now, when we tally up the total scores, we see that I've given info products a 16, We've given e-commerce products a 12, and the agency model gets an 8. So in my eyes, info products are the clear winner. Now, I know I'm speaking in generalities, and you might be saying, I can make money selling my high-end physical product or my high-end agency services, and I fully understand. These are general blanket statements, and these are how I rate the models, and it's why I choose the information product model. Now, I hope you've gotten a helpful nugget of information from this video, and you can give it a like, even a dislike, or a comment below. And if you really like it, hit that subscribe button to get more videos just like this. But thanks so much for watching. Take care, guys.